From Television City in Hollywood, it's Card Sharks. Here's the host of Card Sharks, Bob Eubank.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Card Sharks. We're glad you're here again with us. We're going to have a good time today. This is the game where you can win a fortune on the turn of a single card. And to make sure that our players get a fair deal, I want you to meet our two very lovely dealers. Here they are. And I did not lie to you, did I? Lacey Pemberton, Susanna Williams, our two lovely dealers, are going to go over there and deal the cards out right now. And Susanna, you'll be dealing the cards on the top row to our returning champion, the red cards. Lacey, the blue cards in the bottom row to our challenger. And while they're doing that, let's meet our Card Sharks. Come in here. Jim and Christine. Whoa, do you look spiffy today?
You're looking good, too.
Hey, listen, look at us, huh?
That's
got your bow tie on. Got your fancy shoes still?
Your lucky shoes.
Those are your lucky shoes.
Yes, sir. They're good at everything but bowling.
Okay, well, don't come out unless I ask you to,
I'm sorry.
okay?
I'll stay back here.
That's all right. We don't want to see them 2 days in a row.
That's what I figured.
Hey, you won what, 2,800?
Well, 21 on the end game.
Very nice indeed.
Please.
First day as the champion.
That's good.
Good for you, Jim.
Thank you.
You're a lifeguard?
Yeah, I lifeguard LA County Beaches, Manhattan Beach, Playa del Rey.
And eventually you want to do what?
Become a famous movie star like yourself.
Listen,
Is this guy great?
No. I am not a movie star.
A game show host.
You want to be a game show host?
Sure.
Get out, Jim.
I'm sorry.
An actor you can be, but don't ever want to be a game show host.
Okay,
There's not room for any more. We're glad you're back.
Thank
this
you.
lady next to you is your challenger nationally. And Christine, tell us about you.
My name is Christine Nielsen. I'm from Fresno, California. It's the foggiest place in the world this time of year.
That's right.
And I go to UCLA.
The Thule fog has set in, hasn't it?
Yes, and it will not leave.
Well, we're glad you're with us. You did cut the cards before the show. I know you did that. As you know, the object of our game is to work your way across the board by predicting whether each card will be higher or lower than the preceding one. And yesterday, we left right in the middle of a game. So, Jim, you've got a long ways to go to win this game. And Christine just has one more card to turn over to win the game. So, let's get going right now. We asked one question in game number one when we left off yesterday. This will be the second high-low question of that game. Christine, it goes to you. Here it is. Christine, we surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, have you ever consulted a psychiatrist? How many people said that they have? Now, you have to get as close as you can to the correct answer. How many people said they have?
Well, Bob, I just finished an introductory psychology course at UCLA, my first one. I'm not interested in it, but we learned that most people at some time or other feel like they have psychiatric problems.
Yeah.
But I don't think that many will actually consult a psychiatrist, so I think probably like around 32.
So you say 32 out of 100 people say that they have. Now, Jim, will the actual number be higher or lower than that?
Well, a lot of people know they have psychiatric problems, but very few will admit it. I know I've been denying it for years, so I'm going to say...
Those shoes.
I'm going to say it's higher.
You
call me crazy, but I think it's higher.
I agree with you because, you go get your body checked up. You might as well have your mind checked up, too. If it is higher, you get first crack at the cards. If not, then Christine will get the first shot. She says 32. You say higher. The actual number of people who have consulted a psychiatrist is 16. Was not higher. It was lower. Look where you are, Christine. What an opportunity you have. You can change that base card and try to win this game.
I'm going to change it.
Change the card. Your new card now is a queen. All right.
Okay, it's got to be lower.
Lower than the queen. This is for the game. $100. It is lower than the queen. And Christine, you win game number one. Congratulations to you. Got yourself a tough opponent today, don't you, pal? We'll be right back with game number two of this two-game match on Card Sharks right after this. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Christine, our challenger, won game number one. You have $100. You know, if you win two games, you win the match. You go on to play the big money cards, and we're going to start game number two right now. Susanna's dealing out new cards from the same deck, and here's our first question. It goes to our champion, Jim. James, science is very close to developing a safe and effective birth control pill for men. So, we surveyed 100 men, and we asked them, if a birth control pill for men were available today, would you use it? How many men said they would?
Well, I'll tell you. Use it for birth control, I guess, right? I mean, you're not going to...
Yeah, actually, with shoes like that, you don't have to worry about it, but it's okay.
It's not a big problem for me,
No.
so...
How many men said they would use it?
Personally, I'd love to have something like that. If only, it makes my mom think I'm taking my vitamins. So I'm going to say... I'm going to say it's going to be a fairly high number. I think at least 76 of those people would love to have that pill.
76 out of 100 men would use the birth control pill if it were available. Christine, he says 76. Will the actual number be higher or lower?
Well, Bob, it's always been pretty much the girl's responsibility, and I think that's totally unfair. But I think that guys would... I think they'd actually go for it because, they don't want to be responsible for some little babies that, kind of accidental babies. So I think the number's going to be even higher.
You think it's going to be higher than that? Let me ask you a question. If some guy told you he was using it, would you believe him? That's a whole nother question, isn't it? All right. He says 76. She says higher. The actual number of men who would use a birth control pill is 60. It was not higher. It was lower. All right. Jim, you're in the game. Here we go. You got to do some catching up because she won the first game and you've got a 5 as your first base card. Play or you want to change it?
I'd like to change it, please, Bob.
Change that card. Your 5 now becomes a 5 again. Got to play on.
Well, I'd like to say higher, please.
Higher than the 5.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. It is higher than the 5 at the 10. Now, Jim, you can freeze right now and protect your position, or you can keep calling high-low right down the line. But if you make the wrong call, then you go back to your original base card and your opponent gets a shot at the card. So would you like to freeze or you want to play on?
I'm going to say lower, please.
Going to go on.
Yes,
lower than the 10. The card is a 4. Yep.
I'd like to keep going. I'd like to say higher, please.
Higher than the 4. It's a jack. Now what do you want to do?
I'm going to freeze, Bob.
You're going to freeze. No kidding. Oh, audience says no, 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 no. I didn't think you'd freeze there, but you kept Christine away from the card, so we'll see if your strategy works. Here's another question for you. This one for Christine. Christine, we surveyed 100 women. We asked them, if the Army starts drafting men again, should women be drafted also? How many women said women should be drafted?
Well, gee, let's see. I think, personally, I think that women should be drafted because of all the women's lib stuff that's going on right now. So, but I think a lot of women don't want to be drafted, so I don't think it's going to be very high or very low. I'd say like about 58.
Would you mind repeating what you just said? Did you say 58 out of 100?
I'd say 58 should say yes.
Okay. 58 out of 100 women, she said, say they should be drafted. Jim, will it be higher or lower than that?
That's a tough one, but I think the way the country's going right now, I think it's to be higher, Bob. I think women are ready to take some responsibility, and I love them.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yes, I do.
Actual number of women who said that women should be drafted is 34. It was not higher. It was much lower. Okay, now, Christine, here we go. This is your card. The base card is a 3.
All right.
Good card.
Okay, I'm going to go higher.
Higher than the 3. Here it comes. It's a 2. The only card that could beat you, and it did. That means that your opponent gets a shot at the cards. Jim, you've got to play off of the jack.
I'm going to say lower, Bob.
All right. If it's lower, you win the game and tie up the match. Here we go. Lower. And you won the game. All right. Good for you. Tied it all up. $100 for Jim, $100 for Christine. Remember, first player to win 2 games then wins the match and plays the money cards. That means that we must play our tiebreaker game, and Susanna's going to deal out only 3 cards this time in our tiebreaker game, and we'll play a maximum of 3 high-low questions. Good luck. This will determine our championship, and the first question goes to Jim. Here it is, Jim. We surveyed 100 marriage counselors. We asked them, generally speaking, if a wife knows that her husband is having an affair, is it better for her to confront him or pretend she doesn't know? How many marriage counselors said the wife should confront him?
Well, I think if they don't confront him, a bad situation's just going to get worse. I don't know how you could have a happy marriage if the wife knows the husband isn't being true. I think a vast majority of those people are going to say hi. I'm going to say at least 69 of those marriage counselors want them to confront.
69 of the marriage counselors say that women should confront them. Well, Christine, what do you think? Will it be higher or lower than that?
Bob, you know what? I think that Jim is totally right, but I think it's going to be even a little bit higher.
Even higher than that? I tend to agree with you. The actual number of marriage counselors who said that the wife should confront her husband is 89. It was higher. The lady was right. Christine, here it is. Your base card in the tiebreaker game is a 4. You can change if you want.
I'm going to play it.
Play the 4.
I want to go higher.
Higher than the 4. The card is a 2. No. That deuce got you again. Second time in a row. That means that, Jim, you got a shot at the cards. You got to play off this base card. It's a jack.
Lower, please.
Lower than the jack. The card is a 3.
Higher. Let's go higher.
This is for the game and the match. If it's higher than a 3, it is. And our champion stays champion. All right. Congratulations, Jim. Christine, you gave him a run for his money. I'll tell you that. You won $100. We have some very nice prizes for you. Thank you very much for being with us on Card Sharks. And Jim, come out here with me, if you would, please. We're going to pause for a couple of commercial words. When we come back, we're going to give this guy a chance to win some major dollars as we play the big money cards on Card Shark. We'll be right back.